Greetings, friends. My name is Charles Q. Banks, and I'd like to welcome you back to my playthrough of Crash Bandicoot, the Sane Trilogy. Now, I have something to admit. I lost a whole lot of footage when I forgot to enable the autosave and went and beat the boss of this island, Koala Con. So what I did is, if you look at this, you can see that I have a few more lives than I would have had, and I have a few more gems than I would have had. So I've had to come back and restart this level and get all the way back here in order to show you guys the rest of these levels. So if you see that I have more gems and lives than I should, that is the reason why, if you were wondering. So, let's continue where we left off, shall we? Thanks for understanding. Okay. And on we go. I've noticed that in this level, the bats actually have a few less members to their ranks in this level. Oh man, that is the hardest, one of the hardest jumps in the game. And so it's easier to not get killed by the bats. You just spin them and you probably kill all of them. And here is what looks to be a secret passage or a completely deceitful path to death. And it is not, which is nice. It's just extremely nerve-wracking. Oh, I knew there was a jumpy box in here. That's what I'm gonna call them, jumpy boxes. I just love smashing boxes. They could have called him Smash instead of Crash. But I guess the K sound in Crash is a little more speaks to the sound that he makes when he smashes boxes. But yeah, the only reason they named him Crash was because of the sound that he makes when he smashes into things. And also, you might have noticed that I didn't get burned right there when I ran right into the fire. And the reasoning behind that is, it's not just the fire that kills you. It's not just, you know, the flames in the air that kill you. It's the heat of the... Oh, gosh. That's really counterintuitive, coming towards the screen. Unless I'd played, you know, this level before, which I have, I would not have known to come this direction. Even though the one before tell you to go that way. It's just not what you want to do with these camera angles. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, I'm alive. See, it's not the fire, it's when the fire... I mean, it is the fire, obviously, but when the fire explodes is when it's deadly. It's not just if it's in the air. Because, like in real life, if you put your hand over a small flame, it won't burn you. If you just keep it there, it will burn you. So if a flame is firing up, I guess, it will be extremely hot. And all that means right now, as I'm explaining logically in real-world context, why I didn't die at that first point. And we're at the end of the level. That was surprisingly easy compared to the last level. Hurrah! And you notice I didn't see the gem there, but I got all of the boxes, and I already got the gem, so... Too bad, so sad you don't get to see Crash going da-da-da! But, I think that's okay with most people. Believe me! Okay, see there? I have the gem. Yes. Something that I've noticed is, with the circle button, you can change the camera angle on the island. So you can kind of see where you will be going before you get there. And perhaps a little bit of, you know, what you couldn't see if you just followed Crash around, which is kind of cool. So, got Temple Ruins, and now on to the fabled Road to Nowhere. If you've been on the internet lately, and have been following video games, and Crash in particular, you know what a troll this level is. Like, as I've said, the difficulty levels in this game are insane. They go up and down and fluctuate like crazy, and this is probably the most intense difficulty increase in the entire game. Right here. The Road to Nowhere. At least I have two... You see, I already finished this level by the stopwatch that's spinning right here. Had to go into the time trial if I touched that. But yeah, every single YouTuber who plays this game gets to this point and wants to give up. Just like I did when I was a little kid. I ended up, finishing it home. Gee whiz. But it took a lot of discipline. There is an exploit to jump on the ropes, but it's just as difficult getting that exploit down as it is just playing through the level, at least in my opinion. Some people have perfected it, but it really takes a lot of practice to successfully get on the ropes. And as it sounds, being on the ropes is not the safest place to be. So, you have these icy portions, because it is cold. That's why some people are like, why are there icy bits of planks here? Because it's cold. As you can see, Crash is warming his hands, trying to warm himself up here, because of the altitude. That's alright, Crash, just keep going and you'll be fine. As you can see, the red planks actually fall out from under your feet, which is a common platforming trope. And I love this level, actually, when I first played it, because I was like, oh, this is so cool! It feels so cool to run across, a bridge that has all these gaps in it, and things falling behind you. It's epic, but... Oh no! As you can see, these high-altitude hogs act more like dogs than hogs. Oh, man. I wonder if that's a product of Cortex's Evolvo Ray. You see there, some of these planks actually explode, kind of, when you jump on them. You will fall right through them, and die. And I'm doing pretty well, I haven't died yet, which is amazing. I think it's just because I'm taking it slow for this broadcast. Breathe, everyone. It's at places like this when people choke. And the most helpful part about this level, and about, Crash in general, is that you have a fake shadow. You will notice it if you watch the ground, where the ground would be if there were ground on this bridge, this horrible, useless bridge. Just watch. There's a round... Oh! Well, it didn't help me in the least at that moment. There's a round shadow that accompanies you and helps you to know where you will fall, even if your natural shadow, or what, a shadow would naturally do, isn't following you. And this is one of those places where I kind of want to use the ropes, but oh well. I'm going for it! I made it, but there's no checkpoint yet, so... Oh dear. Up, 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 up. This is deceivingly... Oh! Dang it. He just sat down, killed me, enjoyed himself for a moment, and then continued on. Running... Oh! Okay. Yeah, like I was saying in the last episode, it's really, you lose your concentration the more you play this game. Or it's just beginner's luck, which basically amounts to the same thing. You have a little bit more concentration, you're a little bit more loose when you play the first time, and then the more you die, the worse you get at it. Oh, I'm so glad that they don't follow you. Oh, I jumped way too early. Sorry if I'm groaning into the mic too loudly. Oh! See there? 4th, 5th death. Oh! Hey! Wachoo! Kachai! This is gonna turn into a bunch of, karate sounds. Ugh. That made no sense. I was standing on air at that very moment. Whew! I'm just concentrating really hard right now. Oh, that's what makes this game fun, is those kind of like Dark Souls. This is the main reason why people refer to this game as the Dark Souls of platformers. And I understand this one point, is that the reason why this game is fun is the challenge. And, one of the main reasons why this game is fun. Some of the most fun I've had is going through levels like this and just feeling... Oh. That was nice. That was a nice little experimental, trap thing that kind of shows you that the TNT can be good for you. But anyway, it's really fun when you're about to die. It gives you this rush when you're about to die and you make it through anyway. It's like, there's an immediate rush of like adrenaline, and then after you've gotten through it, there's just this huge endorphin rush. Oh man, didn't get all of the boxes, but that's okay with me. I made it through this extremely hard level, and I made it look easy. I only died like 5 times, and that's not natural. But if you see in the distance, there is the extra area you can get to if you get the gem. Great! But... well, I did great. Nobody can say I didn't. I just didn't do perfect. Nobody's perfect. But, yeah, it's that sense of surprise that you actually got through of an extremely harrowing experience that makes this game that much more fun and intense. I can't believe I got through that so quickly. I still have a little more time, just a few minutes, but... and this should take very little time. Boulder Dash. Yes, unlock a new path by earning the purple gem elsewhere. I cannot get to the bonus round just yet. The extra bonus area, I mean. Up, 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 up. Woo! Man, I just... every time I come into one of these levels, I just freak out because it looks so good. The increase in graphics is the most noticeable with Crash 1. Crash 2 actually looks okay in its original PS2 form. I actually kind of prefer the style of it to actually this game's portrayal of Crash Bandicoot 2. Anyway, I just love the stonework, and I love grays and blues matched with greens. The color design is impeccable in this game. Here comes the boulder. I'm firing my laser. Hup. Whoa, kachai. They always give you a deceitfully easy time of it with the first boulder, and that just makes sense. Progressive difficulty. This game is so progressive in its difficulty. One thing I kind of wanted to talk about this episode is memeage. Crash Bandicoot is quickly becoming, or has already been a meme for a very long time, but the memes that are old of Crash Bandicoot, like the WOAH thing, if you've been on the internet at all, you've seen it. And he's now a very popular meme, even with quote-unquote normies. Air quotes. Imagine me doing air quotes. Here we go again. Pop up. And I watched a few videos. There's a certain channel that explains memes. I can't remember the name of it right now, especially since I'm running from certain death. But it explains memes, like their origin, the most, simplest origin of a meme, and it tries to be funny and cool and hip and appeal to the populist majority. But a lot of people have been complaining on the internet about that. I made it! No deaths, right? No deaths. But I didn't get the gem. Because, again, have to finish the later levels with the gem. Yes, I know. Do it faster. Get it over with. Yes. But anyway, that's almost all the time I have, but I just wanted to say there's no reason to get offended that memes are getting popular, and old memes and memes like the whoa, whoa, because more people seeing it is just an ability for more people to enjoy something. And that's always good in my opinion. Just because a joke is explained does not make it unfunny. If a magic trick is explained, that makes it less interesting, but the same is not true for memes, because just a picture with an inside joke attached to it. And that's, if more people can get on the joke, then it makes it more fun for everyone. People may want it more for the in-crowd, but that's just being exclusive and elitist, and emphasis on the elitist. And I'm not, I don't consider myself a normie, but memes have been in the mainstream for so long, it's not that big of a deal for Crash to be in the mainstream, and I think it's finally time for it to happen. And if Crash goes out of style more quickly because it flares up so quickly, then so be it. They'll probably make more Crash games based on this, and I am so happy with what has happened with Crash these days that I'm not unhappy at all that it's gotten the more widespread attention that it so rightfully deserves. So, that's all the time I have for now. So thanks for watching, God bless, and remain classical. See you next time.